Okay, for the first part of this, I took the Deco Art Premium and just used the spatula. Put a little on this and I've just applied this. So you see the first one here, and I'm going to just do another section so that we'll be able to paint over this in just a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit on here, just like that. Close that cap. I'm just going to spread it over, just like this. Get it nice and easy. Get that on there, pull that off just like that, and let that dry so that we'll be able to paint it. Okay, for this process, I am just working on getting a background. So I'm just kind of painting. I'm really not sure what I'm going with. I'm trying to get some kind of blue. And so I've just been layering different kinds of watercolor. And I want to, I don't know, just kind of get something that looks like drops of water. And just layering the water on there wasn't enough, so it's watercolor paper. And you know, trying to get that washed out look, sometimes you can just add drops of alcohol, and not alcohol that you drink by any means, but oh look, it's dripping onto my table. So you kind of want to make sure that your surface is not getting hosed. But I blended it with drops of actual isopropyl alcohol. And mine is 91%. I'm going to lay this paper towel under here. And I'm going to let that dry. And once it dries, it's going to kind of bleed out. So it's going to look more like water. And then once that water gets in there, I'm going to be able to let that dry, and it will actually become part of my scrapbook page. And then I'm going to blend it with paper, photos, and it's going to become part of my spread. And you'll see that with the water paper, I've already got that great serrated edge. You'll notice that since it's dried, it's kind of a different color. So we're working with different mediums here to get the sketch for the Mix It Up Monday. So I thought we would see how this takes the watercolor. Let's see. If we just kind of mix it across, see how it likes this. You never know till you try. So we're gonna try and get these across. We have the 10 Holtz stencil, and we have these great watercolors. And we're going to try to get these through. It's very messy right now. Sometimes messy's fun, right? So let's see what happens. Bear with me a second. Okay, so as we move along, we are at this point. And we're going to stay consistent with using our alcohol for this one as well. So let's see what happens when we use it. Remember, we have used the Premium Deco Art Medium to set this. So we're going to put that on there as it's setting through. Okay, and you see the colors are varying. So we're going to let that set for a few minutes. So it's dried just a little bit, and you can see how the alcohol with the medium, remember this is the medium we used, and the Tim Holtz stencil have all worked its magic on there, and this is where we're at with it. So we're going to start to take the watercolor paper, the stencil with the medium, and we're going to start to put together this sketch. Okay, so putting this page together to mimic the sketch, I think you have to be somewhat innovative. So I'm going to take my sketch horizontal. So let's make the sketch. Let's see, where's my paper? I drew it out for myself. I'm not going to be perfectly set. This is my watercolor medium that we made, and you can see it's still a little wet, so we're going to have to be cautious there. You see how my little, let's get that wound up. Okay, so got that. I want this to kind of lay somewhat like that. So I'm going to cut these off. So because this is going in Harper's 8.5 by 11 album, this will be better attached when it's dry. Let's get this cut off here. And you can see the watercolor paper is a little wetter. Okay, so we'll get those off there. Now, we got all kinds of mess there. So let's see, I want to use this picture of her playing whack-a-mole. This is our medium that we made. Let's put this here. The sketch has 3 pictures. I'm thinking about something like this because it shows 3 different sides. I'm not going to make them exactly the same size. Let's see. Now, I think this needs to be rounded to make me happy. So I have my corner rounder. It has 3 different types of corners. I think I'm going to go with this one. So I'll stick this in here, cut those off. I don't want that on the page. Let's see here. Put those in there, round those corners. Let's get those edges. Looks like I need a new blade and my trimmer. Get those pretty up. Sorry, I've been battling colds like crazy. Get this one trimmed up real quick. I don't know how you guys feel about how your pages look with these all different size photos, but I kind of like them to be somewhat symmetrical. Let's see, I love this corner under because it gives me all different options. Sometimes I don't get it in there just right, and it gives me a funky nonsense. Okay, so I got that one there. Okay, with all 3 of those done, now I need to look at these mats I made with the mediums. So I took it and I cut it in half, well, not in half, in thirds. And I'm going to make that so it gives it that little bit of color blend. Now these are going to be a little longer, so I got to cut those. Eyeball those real quick. That can go there. This one's a lot bigger. And I'm trying to decide. Yeah, this is going to go to the side. 1 second. Let's get this one all cut up. Get that cut. So we have all of those. Now we just got to put those down Now the sketch shows journaling in the angles. So I got to decide how I want to put this. And it also shows a title at the top. Now, I don't know what to think about that. I also have some other little things here. I got to decide how I want to put my embellishments in. Let's think about that. So I have these little circles that I'm putting on here. And I punched them out of this 1-inch circle punch out of the papers. So I'm just sticking them on. I'm using glue. It's just Craft Bond Elmer's. It works better on this paper because the watercolor paper doesn't like to adhere. My little adhesive. And I think what I'm going to do, and I put on some little blings, you'll see. I think what I'm going to do is try to figure out where I'm going to put my journaling. The sketch showed groups of 3 on the picture, and I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with just this or if I'm going to add just a little bit more. I'm just trying to make that decision. Let's take a look. Okay, so I found this in my stash, and it's this cute little journal, not my stash, in my kit that I have for this month, my stashy kit. And I think I'm going to use this. So it also works perfect because it takes one more thing out of my kit for February, and it also gives me the great journaling spot. So let's take another card, cut it up, and make it work. So let's see how I can do that. Okay, so I'm thinking something like this. The sketch had it all in different angles. So I have the angles, as you can see, but if I take this, I gotta cut this a little more straight. Cut that. But if I cut these, and I can't use reading, so what I did was I found a different topper, and I am cutting this heart so that it can replace it, and using this color so that it just gives it that more, oops, I just cut that, and gives it that just a little different edge. And I just think that will cover it up just that much. I don't know, something like that. And that way we can use that. And then I'll do my journaling inside those blocks. So I'm thinking maybe something like that to complete the sketch. So we'll see there. Okay. So we've got these. I think this is going to work. So let's get these adhered. Once we get them adhered, then we can get the journaling on. Okay. I think this can go about right here. So put that one there. And then we'll put, oops. Those don't like that. That one. About right there. And then the final one. And then we just got to get the journaling put on there real quick. Oops. These little glue things can be the death of you. All right, watching. That about right there. Once they dry, get them on there nice and flat. We'll put the journaling in. Okay, so the journaling's done. The page is complete. This is the look after the final sketch.